I like this one. This one has like huge potential. First, be where the money is. You need to act fast and to make everything so it actually manifests.
We just made 150 euros from yesterday's work.
I'm about to do something no guru will do. It's been multiple years that I'm making money online, and I need to say I tried multiple businesses. Some of them I haven't made some money, and others I made some money, but it wasn't for the long term. And I can say with pride that after testing so much businesses and after generating thousands and thousands of dollars online, I was able to reach financial freedom to move everywhere I want and to be able to help my family. And I admit that this is because AI progresses so fast that it could optimize everything and help me to make money online. But then I asked myself a question. If I was a complete beginner, just like back in the days, I had no money to invest, I'm a young student, I have zero skills because I didn't have a financial education, and I only had a phone in my pocket, will I still be able to generate thousands of dollars in a week? And to answer that question, I decided to put a challenge on myself. I have 1 week to generate $2,000 and I only have $10 to invest. I cannot use paid promotions like ads. I need to do everything from the start. I cannot use like some old accounts on some other businesses that I already have. This is the best way to answer that question and to really test myself. And also the third rule is I need to document everything on this YouTube channel. So even if I fail, I need to show all the process that I'm going to use, all my mindset, all my way to think, and just use all the experience that I gained over the years to see how I can apply it right now as a total beginner. I will show you all my wins because for sure I will be very proud of me winning, but I will show you also all the losses that we have. So that way you will just have a clear presentation of a business and a side hustle. It's not always about the win, it's also about the losses that you don't see online. And if I lose the challenge, I will give $500 to someone in the comments. So stay until the end of this video because the worst thing that can happen is you learn a new business that you can reproduce for yourself. Or what online business you don't want to do if I don't get the results. So let's begin.
Okay guys, I'm super excited to finally begin this challenge. Before showing you all the technical steps and me in action, I just want to show you a business plan. I see a lot of beginners, and I made that mistake too, not making a business plan or not having it visually somewhere on your computer, on the note, just like somewhere. Why? Because if you break down and you write all the steps to actually make money and it's actually making sense, if you don't make this and you just freestyle, first, that's not how we play business. And second, you will lose a lot of time because I don't want to be like, damn, so what do I need to make again? Oh, okay, I need to create an AI influencer, but how do I get the money again? Oh, okay, what was the tool again? No, I don't want to think about that. So first thing, make a clear plan. So here's how to create our AI OnlyFans unfair girl to keep 100% of the profit. So you see Sophie Rain, that's why for me it's like the best online business to make money fast. Because that girl is like 21 years old and she's making millions and millions of dollars. This is very unfair. And she just like using her phone. So basically we want to do the same, but we'll be able to choose the AI girl we want to create. So we can create an AI girl who literally has even unfair advantage compared to Sophie Rain. To do that, we still need to have some experience and knowledge to understand why she makes that much of money. And then we just need to use AI to create a girl like her. It's very that simple. Now, to create her, I will explain you. So the step one will be to create an AI OnlyFans creators, right? So to be able to do that, I know a lot of people who watch my channel already know how to create, but there are some mistakes and steps that they are missing. And that's why they don't make money. Listen. When you create your AI OnlyFans creator, that's the first step, but it's also the most important one. Why? Because even if you have all the next steps perfectly well done, if your AI OnlyFans creators isn't optimized to make money online, you won't be making money. So what you need is to create a winning AI model type, because yes, there are some AI model type which are literally a cheat code and are making crazy sales. And there are some other girls who don't make that sales. It's very unfair, I know, but that's how it works. For example, like there are some type of girls who dominate the whole market and take all the money from all the market because people are just crazy about those girls. And that's what I'm going to create and show you so you can also create one. And then we want to use an efficient AI tool. So you want to use an AI tool which has two criteria. One, it's globally cheap and saving you some money. And second, it has a very low gap of mistakes. So for example, there's a lot of cheap AI tools, but what will happen is if you use really just the cheapest per generation, you will see that I need to generate another time, bad result. And then you literally need to generate, 10 times to only get one piece of content that you'll be able to use for your AI influencer. So we want to find literally the balance between those two criteria to use the best AI efficient tool. Also, we don't want to use complex AI tools, right? We take a long time to actually generate some content. And the thing is the more time it takes, the less time you have to actually make some sales. So if I want to make the money, I need to very fast arrive to the sales step. Then once we finish to create our AI OnlyFans unfair girl, we need to capture attention. So what's capturing attention? Basically, we want to target that guy. So that guy is very old. He has a very poor sexual or attention from feminine. And he has so much money, he doesn't know what to do with it. A lot of people, they think when they need to sell some content to actually poor students who are broke, who doesn't have money, and who are very complicated to convince to buy some content. You don't want to do that. Why do you want to sell some content to some broke people who don't want to buy? But there's a lot of those guys who make 50K, who are crazy CEO, who are kind of like Elon Musk millionaires, and they are very lonely. Basically, they like to scroll social media, see a beautiful girl, and literally buy her. They can easily send you a big bag of cash like this, and they don't care because this is a money they are ready to lose. This is not their rent money, okay? This is not their family money. This is not their food money. Unlike broke students, you don't want to tell broke students, okay, that's the money to pay your rent, that's the money to pay your food, that's the money to pay your studies, but give it to me. No. So those old guys who will fall in love, you need to capture their attention. To be able to do that, we want to create the social media profiles, and we need to generate some content to go viral, and that will be the second step. So the next step will be create intimacy and trust with those old, wealthy, rich guys. And we want to sell some premium hot content of your AI influencer. So yes, we will be able to create some uncensored content, some very hot content of your AI influencer, exactly just like real girls, 100% with AI. That's crazy. And I will show you, we want to use some adult-friendly AI platforms because we're not creating a human, we're creating an AI influencers. And for example, AI influencers are forbidden on OnlyFans, so we cannot use OnlyFans. And there are some other very well-known AI platforms I don't recommend to use because they don't want to promote AI influencer anymore. So basically, we give them trust and some virtual intimacy, and then they will just send you the money through your phone. And guess what? All of that big money and that big bag of cash, I will receive it directly on this. And that's how I'm gonna win the challenge. All we need is to be able to generate the right content. So now let's begin the first step. So the first thing is how to define a winning girl that's going to make a lot of money. And trust me, this is the most important part. So if you want to create your influencer at the same time as this tutorial and you want to access some exclusive free credits, that's exactly what I did. So you can begin to build your AI influencer. You can use the link in the description. You can click on it and just create an account. Once you arrive, the first thing you want to go is right here. You want to click on AI image generator. First thing that you need to know is here is the place where basically you will enter a prompt. Basically, it's like ChatGPT. And then the AI will generate some results. So the better and the precise your prompt is, and the better the results will also be. And now you will see multiple things here. So the first, you will see select the model. So this is the AI tool process used to generate the content. We don't care. You want to use Flux. And now you will be able to see the LoRa style. So this is very interesting. So what are the LoRa style? Basically, those are some presets. So I'm personally recommend free lower style. So you can use better body F, selfie aesthetic, and balloons. So basically, let's say I want to generate balloons. Then you'll be able to see the prompt adherence. So what's the prompt adherence? If you want to write a super precise and big prompt, you want to put that prompt adherence here. If you want to write a very simple prompt just to explain the idea of the AI girl you want, you can let it to be creative. They say there's no need. And for the aspect ratio, this is pretty important because this is basically the format of the video. So if you want a photo that is in a square photo, you want to click on 1:1. But because for us, we want to create some content for viral videos, we want to create short form content, I personally always recommend to generate some 9:16 because this is the aspect ratio that people are used to on social medias. And now there's number of images. I personally recommend to do 4x4 because the thing is when you do 1x1, you generate once, you wait for the generation, you're not satisfied, you redo it again. So now I will just like copy a prompt, a super easy prompt. I did make some videos on my channel that you can check here where I talk about prompt engineering, and I have a lot of prompts I use that you can copy paste and take some screenshots into those videos on my channel. So you can watch them after watching this one. And then you need to describe basically where she is and what is she wearing. She has a pink dress in her bedroom. Then I let the creativity like this. So now just click here to generate and then it will be generating. Okay, so it just finished processing. Let's have a result. So we first have this, and as you can see, you cannot find normal girls with a body like this, but she looks like plastic. But don't worry, there's a technique that I will use to make her look great. But first I want to make some other AI influencer content so you can just see the different styles and choose for yourself some options, right? And we can check together. Okay, so now I want to make another test. So I will keep the same, except that I will change the lower style to better body F. So let's do this. Let's keep everything the same. Let's just like click on generate. Okay, nice. So we got a first result of the body F. So you can see the difference. You can see that like the quality is better. They looks less plastic, okay, and a bit more realistic. But for sure, it's a bit like smaller compared to the previous one. So let's generate others. And this time I will like copy paste the same prompt. And I will click on selfie aesthetic. So selfie aesthetic is pretty cool because it kind of gives like influencer pics vibe. I know it's a bit complicated to understand, but I will show you so you know how it looks. And you will see that this is great to create AI influencer posts. So let's click on generate. Nice, it just finished rendering. So this is the results that we got. So you can see that it really looks like what you can see on social medias. This is really, really great. But the body is pretty different. That's the problem. So what I'm going to do is, if you want to create an influencer with the big balloons to make her really looks real, which is an unfair advantage for your AI influencer, stick with me. Before that, I will just take the time to choose multiple pics of what I like. I just really want to be like, okay, which one will make the most money? I'm not choosing a girl that I like, that I find attractive, but that people will like and will spend. So let's check together. And if you want, you can take a screenshot about the settings. You can have a check on those ones. This one looks good also. We kind of want a girl who's, you know, her body is like really appealing to some people. That will really, really help. Oh, I like this one. This one has like huge potential and I will show you why. Okay, I think I just choose my preferred one. So now once you have a general look, I want you to be as fast as me, okay? Don't take much more time. Let's say, for example, I like this one and I'm going to show you the technique to make it even better and even real. And guess what? This is integrated in this AI tool. So you want to click on Upscale. So once you click on Upscale, you have a page like this, right? You will see like strength. So basically what you want to do is like by default, it will be at 0.21. I recommend to leave it like this. If you feel like only the face looks like plastic, but the body is perfect, you want to leave it to face only and you will only enhance and add some details on the skin. Or if it's both, okay, also the skin on the body looks a bit too smooth. You want also to select this one and then you just click on start upscale. Nice. So the upscale just finished and this is the result. Okay, that's crazy. Look at all the details. Cannot tell the difference now between AI pictures. Okay, so now guys, a technique I want to give you if you want to create a big balloon AI influencer, which is super easy to go viral with. So first, just go into the big balloons result that you got. Nice. So right now we are on those peak. So the first thing you want to make is you want, for example, I really like this one. I see a big potential, right? Which is insane. She doesn't have like too much makeup. So let's go on the upscale. And this time what we want to do is like make sure to select this. Okay. But you want to put the strength at 0.9. That's what I recommend to do. And then you want to start the upscale. Now, once it's finished, you want to download the result, and that's the technique. But once upscaled, you want to upscale it once more. But if you upscale it once more, really, like never put it beyond 0.15 because it will be horrible. Everything will be super sharp details. So you want to upscale it just a bit, like 0.1. And then once you do that, if you feel like it's only the face that needs to look less plastic, go for the face only this time. And now upscale again. And then you will have a final perfect AI balloons influencer that looks great. Nice, guys. So I really want you to have a look. So we got her. Nice. We got her. That looks very, very great. Look at the difference on the face. That's crazy. You cannot tell the difference now. Even her, look how real she looks. That's crazy. Just looks like a real girl. This one is a big balloon AI influencer and she looks great. So definitely want to have a look. Her, she's very pretty, right? Like really, she's beautiful. She looks like a real girl. Unfortunately, there's a lot of beautiful girls like this. So I recommend now the meta, if you want to be sure to make money and go viral, is the big balloons one, but she's looking great. And look, I didn't need it to have complicated stuff. So I also want you to have a look on this. Okay, look at the skin texture. And now I want you to have a look at her. She has baby face and crazy body. That's what people like. This is a winning AI influencer, big balloon type that you want to go for. But now the problem is like, she's just like an AI picture. So to make her an AI influencer, she needs to have influence, presence on social medias. Okay, she needs to go viral. Okay, that's what's making a person an AI influencer and not just a model. The next step will be like opening and creating a social media presence so we can actually be on the phone of those old guys who has a lot of cash to spend, okay? And we actually want them to spend the money they have actually on our AI influencer rather than Sophie Rain, okay? Because Sophie Rain doesn't need that much money. She already has a lot of customers. So we need to take those customers for us. That's what we need. The first thing to do every time I launch a new influencer is to take as much as funds possible. And what you want to do to maximize the chance to find fast a customer is first to generate some viral content that I'm going to show you how, and then post them as much as possible on social medias on all of the fonts. You don't want to create one Instagram account. You can create some Threads accounts, some Twitter accounts. You can open some Tinder, Bumble accounts. The goal is to find some people. The goal is to have visibility. Some people, they think like, yeah, I just need to post one content on my influencer. Automatically, I will attract those people. No, in truth, we're not waiting to attract those people. No, we're actually forcing to show our influencer on the phones. That's the mindset. It's not like, hey, we wait and we attract. So you need to think like this. So now let's go and I will show you the easiest, the best, and the cheapest way to create some viral content. And you will see it's so easy when you know the right tools. Nice. So now that we have our photo, let's make a viral video. You need first to have like something very different that will literally like hook the viewer's attention in the first 2 seconds. And I will show you how to do that. So now I want to give an example. Let's go on this tool. So this tool is like Kling AI. You can find it online. And that's what I'm using to generate viral videos with my AI influencers and mainly to copy some trends. So I will show you exactly how I personally do it. First thing to do is to scroll some content and get some inspiration by like real OnlyFans girls, okay? For example, I'm sure you know like Camilla, she's very known, okay? And I just saw this video of her.
一阴一阳之谓道，紫气东来。
So this got like nearly like 1 million views. That's crazy. So because this is a trend, we can do the same for our AI influencer. So once you found like a video, you can download it. And once you have it, we are going to use it as a reference to make a trend. So what you will need is like to go here on multi-element and I will show you exactly how that works. You can click here and you want to upload the video reference that you have. Okay, then you will see this. So now we need to make Kling AI understands basically what's the subject. Just click here. make sure that the whole body, and then click on like preview full selected area. Okay, now we click on confirm. Now we want to upload the image of our AI influencer. So just click here. Perfect. Okay, same. So now you have this. You want to click on subject. Once it's good, you just click on confirm. Okay, now you want for the prompt to just enter which subject and which person you want to swap. So for now you can say, hey, swap the human from the image 1 for the human of the video. So now for the sound effect, you don't want to activate this. You want to put one output, so that way it's like way more cheap, okay? So you just need to make this, make for 10 seconds and click on generate. Nice, so I made multiple tests, so you can like basically have a look, but look at the results. This is insane and this is 100% AI. So even if I click here, yep. So there's a lot of nice moments, and for sure like all the moments which are like a bit weird, for example here, we can just cut them. And we have for example this one, look how great it looks. That's insane. This one, the beginning is insane. That's a hook. So basically to make sure to hook people in the first 2 seconds is you want to make some movement. So you want to make sure at the beginning you choose a video where like there are some movements in the first 2 seconds. And there's something like catching the eye. For example, this one has a great beginning. Okay, so I also prepared some over reels. I saw like over OF chicks using some trends, and I will show you the results that we got. Look, that's great. That has like a big potential of going viral. By the way, I saw this trendy, and what I'm doing is like, if you really want to put a reference video, but it has some text, so it's not possible. If you're really determined and you really want to reproduce that specific video, even if you can just like look at another one, you can film yourself and make the trend yourself. The only thing if you do this is like you need to feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable doing this. If you really want to make it yourself, try to like really exaggerate. That's pretty important. And also like the way I just showed you, it's so cool because you can copy trends in a matter of seconds. So now that we got the content, let's see how we can use this and make it a real viral video. Okay guys, so let's have a check directly on Instagram. If you want, after you create your IG account, you can install Edits. So Edits is like an app which is directly linked to your Instagram accounts. And if you want to have better chance to go viral and to have more opportunities to make your editing better, you should probably use it. It's very, very useful, and you just have more features and also statistics overviews of all the views you will be making on your account. So after editing a bit, here's what we got.
一阴一阳之谓道，仔细东来。
Okay, so this is very, very cool, okay? And if you forgot, like this is exactly the trend that Sophie Rain made and Camilla, but we just made it in literally like minutes. No complex workflows, nothing, because that's the goal. You want to prepare like as much as possible variations of this reel and post it on multiple accounts and multiple fonts. Now we also want to create some engagement. For example, you want to have more comments. We can send something like this. Okay. Now always very important to put like the classic and something like this. You can put it right here. Okay. Let's have a look.
一阴一阳之谓道，仔细东来。
So that's very, very great because basically what people, when they will see this, okay, they will comment 5, 10, 10, you don't really care. And what it's making is basically you have like much more comments, and because you have much more comments, you will be even pushed more to the algorithm to get even more views. And then what you can do, and this is the next step, where you go like straight to it, is like all the people who will like follow us or who will like leave a comment, we want to reply to them and message them. And then we begin to create a conversations, and that's how we begin to build some trust and emotional connection and sell some hot content. So let's go to the next step. Perfect guys, so now that we know how to capture the attention of those guys, we need to see how we are going to make the sales. The step 3 will be to create intimacy and trust to sell the premium content. And for that, we need to use some adult-friendly platform, and I'm going to show you. Just to tell you, we cannot use OnlyFans because basically AI contents and AI creators are completely prohibited, and you cannot cheat because basically when you create an OnlyFans account, you need to put like your ID or your passport, and then they will verify and make sure that all the pictures that like you are showing on your profile are the same. And now we have like Fanvue. So Fanvue is AI friendly. The only thing is, first, it takes a lot of time to set up the accounts. And then the problem that we saw is they are more and more strict with AI. And sometimes when you create a girl who has like a baby face, if she looks too young or she can look like a girl who's like 17 years old, they will directly ban your account or get the funds frozen. And because the influencer I created has also like a baby face, I will not use this. And also the problem that we have is when we discuss with like those old guys, let's say for example on Instagram, if you want to make the sales, you need to have intimacy and trust. And the problem is like when you discuss with the guys and you say, hey, let's go on this or this, they know that this is a content to make money. And even when you go on this website, you see that mainly is full of AI creators. So a lot of those guys, okay, even if they like your AI influencer, even if they have big cash, they won't give you the cash. And that's the problem. Only because the trust isn't here. The intimacy isn't here too. They will tell you, hey, why going there? Why talking there? I need to pay something. And that's weird. We can just discuss here on Instagram. What are you trying to do? And once you have that, you lose the sale and you lose a potential client that would send thousands every month for your AI influencer. They know that this is a content to make money. So what we really need to make is create a real intimacy environment, not like a paid platform. The solution is Snapchat. If you discuss with the guy, instead of saying, hey, go to my private platform, go to my shop, for sure you will lose a lot of big clients who make money. But if instead of this, you tell them, hey, I kinda like you. You know what? I'll give you like my private Snapchat. Or I give you my private Telegram. And this is a real intimacy environment because usually when real girls, they want to do some dirty stuff, they do it on Snapchat or Telegram. So this is first a good sign that creates trust for your fans, right? They believe you and it's easy to convert. You just convert like this, okay? You convert here and you make Snapchat and Telegram your shop. And I will show you how to do that. So once you are on Snapchat and Telegram, you make this place the environment when you have like all of your clients. And now all you need to make is send some payment link with the media they want. So that way you can keep everything here and that's like a real intimacy environment so they feel comfortable and send some payment link. But for the payment link, there are two stuff to remember. First, we cannot use Stripe because Stripe isn't for like adult content. Then we have like PayPal. First, PayPal isn't optimized for media sales because this can be seen as a scam. If you use a personal account, they just have in one click, okay, even if they send you the transfer to get refund. They can do that. That's the problem. And PayPal is not made for that. If we cannot do this, what's the solutions, right? I will send it to you. So this is the best solutions, okay? You can take a screenshot so you can create an account. We want to use AI drop fund. So it's exactly written like this. And this is how you can sell AI content with 100% security, with never getting banned, even if you use some face swap AI content. And you can sell as much as content as you want on Snapchat and Telegram. Also, you don't need to wait for 48 hours verifications, but basically you'll be able to sell some content to all of your fans, to take notes of them. We'll be able to use some AI to discuss with the fans and to make some passive sales because the AI will be discussing with each fans and he's trained to talk like real AI influencers and in a sexual way. And you will be able to send some link with the content completely blurred. And the guy, because he will see a blurred content, he just wants to unlock it. And he just needs to pay it with Apple Pay, which literally takes seconds. But you won't make money if you don't know how to chat. So this is very important. So I will show you how to set up this and how we are going to talk to make the sales with the clients. I will also leave the link under the descriptions. So now I will just click on this link and I will show you the next step. So here's exactly how I will sell the content of my influencer fast. So if you want to have exactly the same tool, you just need to go under my videos and click right there. So now let's click and let's see what happens. You will arrive at this page, and normally if you use the link which is under my videos, you will not be at drop, you will be on AI drop, which is super important if you plan to create an AI model and to sell AI content. So now we can click on starting earning now. Okay, so right here, you can just sign in with Google. This is much more faster. So we just click on sign in. So now you will arrive right here. So if you just plan to create one AI influencer, you can create a content creator. If you really want to make that business and really try to reach 10, 50, even 20K per month, I recommend you to create an agency account because you'll be able to manage and put like even multiple people, and you'll be able to put all of your AI influencers into the same place, which is great. So now we can just click on this because I plan to put multiple AI influencers. You can create your name. So for me, it will be Air Vault Agency. Let's click on continue. Very important, choose model AI, right? And let's continue again. You can choose US dollars, which country you're from. If there's not your exact country, just choose like a random one. So let's put United States and let's validate. Okay, so now basically we will arrive right here and we need to create our first AI creator. So now I will just click here on creators and I will click on add a creator like this. I will also link a mail. This is great. So you can use the same mail if you just plan to add one first and to focus first, or otherwise you can use another mail that you have, or even if you also want to manage the AI influencer of another friend, it is to partner up with other AI influencers. Because when you partner with other AI influencers, you guys have more data, you guys can use some trends, you guys can make some collaborations. So now you can just add it and precise it is an AI creator. And now just choose the name and click on validate. I will choose mine. Okay, so those are like the two AI influencers. First we have like Nina and then we have Kira. So you can, for example, go on manage creator. And what's pretty cool, let's say, for example, like you're working with another AI influencer or someone else, you guys can basically share the revenue. Let's say I have someone else and which is already existing AI influencers. I can make a proposal and say, hey, you know what? I will help you to make more sales because I will give you this. I will make some promotion. You know, we work together on this. And then we split like a 50-50. And then that creator will receive a mail and she can validate or not. And then automatically every sales which are made, they will be like on my account and her account, which is great. So the first thing will be to create some links. Once you're on the AI influencer you want, you can click on manage my link like this. And then you will see all my link. If you don't have one, you just need to create one. So here you can create some category and then put those links into those category to organize yourself. Let's say, for example, I want to make multiple hot content in the bathroom for my AI influencer and then another photo shooting, but in her bedroom. I can create a category here. But now let's just create a payment link. So I create a payment link. I can say add content, and now you just need to drag and drop right here. Click this. We can put like a small descriptions or a name, which can be like hot selfie in the red dress. Then you can put a small descriptions. For example, hey, I just took this photo in the shower. And then you can put like a small emojis, which is super important. Here you can put like the price. You can choose the currency. If you have a client who will be like, hey, I can only pay into that currency specific, you can choose it. There's no problem. And you just click it. Now you will see that like the image is totally blurred, so he cannot see it, okay, until he pays. You can share the link. You can also link your socials to send them directly. And then, for example, if you have a conversations, if the guy just discovered you and then he's like, oh damn, like you're very beautiful, very pretty, you start like flirting with him. He's in the mood right now That's the momentum to make the sales, to have some money. You don't want to miss that. So you just need to send it, and then he just needs to click one button, and then he pays it, he sees it. And you guys can like continue like this. So it's faster, especially for beginners, to make those first sales. There's no like games of like, okay, I need to convert that guy into like a platform. This is a direct sales. Now I will take the time to prepare all the content, and I will show inside of my community how the content looks like, not blurred, right? So you can, all of you guys also mimic and copy exactly the type of content I make and put the same price of it, even like the videos. Hey guys, so I just prepared some very basic content so I can start making some first sales. So actually in my agency, we have $0 revenue. So right now we have like Nina. So we just go on like the access profile. So for the moment we have like nothing, but I just wanted to show like all the content that we made. So I prepared like some first paid links. So for the moment, I just put like very basic, you know, that everyone can pay. If you don't know what those PPV means, it means like pay-per-view. So just to organize myself, because later I will not like sell the content myself. I plan to like hire someone who will sell the content for me, and I will pay like a percentage of like the sales generated by that person. Usually when you want to put like some higher price, like more than 100 euros, dollars, or even 200, 300, it should be videos. But what I want you to remember is like the first goal is to first make money. So first you can make some first sales with like, I will say 6 photos. So for example, if you don't have like some videos to like sell at a higher price, you can just make some pack content. I just uploaded like a lot of results that I got on my AI generation tool, and then I put everything right there, uploaded everything on like the drive, and then I can just like basically I create some payment link, and I can like literally choose any content that I have which is uploaded and saved. And don't hesitate in this big pack to like also reuse old photos, because some guys will maybe not buy like the PPV3, the PP4, and maybe they will directly buy like the PPV5 or the PPV6. So maybe they will not see that photo, you know, it really like depends. Why I'm preparing some payment link right now and not like during the conversation with the fans. Momentum is super important. You know, even if that just take like literally less than 1 minute, at that moment, as a guy has like that peak of dopamine, he just buy, and the sell is fast and smooth, and then you can just like take back again the conversation. But for the moment, just having like multiple price like this, trust me, it will help you a lot to make that first sell happen with like that first fan of yours. So that's how you want to sell. And my goal is not to just like ask a guy, hey, what do you want? Do you want this photo, or like a pack of photo? What do you prefer? No, my goal is basically to make him like buy all of the photos, you know, one by one. And if you sell everything, he will like buy everything as like a whole experience. And there's a story behind of each photo. It feels a bit weird explain like this, but I did make like a full guide on how to chat and what's the power behind chatting to make like more than 2,000 per night, and how I was able to sell one video for 1,000 USD dollars to only one fan. My goal is to make big sales, especially for the end of October, because there's Halloween. And then for December, the number of guys who are completely alone and want to enjoy the time is crazy, and they spend like crazy. And like, I don't want to miss that. So I need to really grow my AI influencer for that. And that's the goal for all of you guys, beginners or people launching their AI influencer. I'm telling you, like, December is literally the moment when you take the most of cash. So really want to launch your AI influencer right now, make it grow, take some sales, okay, to be able to invest even more. And I will even make a challenge with like the whole group and all the other AI influencers for that, because that would be insane. Okay guys, so I just woke up from yesterday night and look at this. We just made 150 euros from yesterday's work. That's crazy. So if I go right there on the dashboard, so we got some first sales with a total of $60 during the night yesterday, which got accepted. And we got this morning very early, a total of $19. All I had to do is use the AI, which is integrated in this, to discuss with multiple messages that I got from like everywhere. And then I got during the night some payments which got accepted. And literally guys, this is the best feeling that you can feel. Literally, like, you know, you put like a lot of hard work and that hard work paid. But to be honest guys, I just want like to say, there are some nights, especially when like you begin, you don't make sales, or
the sales are dropping. And if you're wondering, like, I'm so happy because, you know, when you put so much work like this, there's a lot of nights I remember from like all my years of experience, you literally wake up and you don't see some sales, you know, because you don't know why. And that's the situation where like almost beginners they are, because they don't know the right systems, they don't know the right techniques, they don't do the basics properly, or they forget to make a business plan like we did. But if you do everything, literally there's 99% chance that you will also have the same result as me. The results are here and now you just need to be consistent. And that's why I'm making a challenge on multiple days, because consistency is the key.
Okay, nice guys, so let's make an update. So as you can see on my current balance, I will show you at the end of the week when I will withdraw. I hope $2,000 and I will complete the verification. But currently we have 286 euros, which is about like $300. So you can see that like all the sales literally they come from like Nina, obviously because I'm chatting with her. Let's have a look. So you can see that like today we were like at 140, 90 and 60. Basically what happened is like the content worked very well, so we got some leads from literally everywhere, all accounts, which was horrible, especially when you have to chat on like all accounts, all social medias. So I focused myself on organizing and put like all the leads, all the fans that pay in one place. And that's what I'm going to talk about, because if you don't centralize all of your leads at one place, it's very difficult to make some sales, because every time I need to switch accounts, I need to go to my other phone, I need to switch app to talk to that guy, then to that guy to maybe try to make one sale. That's literally horrible. So what I will do is like basically on the tool, AI tool, okay, don't forget to use the AI one. So I will show on the screen like the link, okay, so you can just take a screenshot, even share it with other people you know. So that way you can just save it into like your phone, and that's the AI version, okay, which is super important. So now we can literally like link her Telegram, which is super cool. So I just do this. Okay, so now we have the Telegram account. It's cool to have a phone, but personally I like to chat and there's more options on like the laptop. But this is very cool to have everything directly on the app, because all the media who are registered directly here, I can send them and I have all of this. So now I want to go on my PC and I will show you more about what happened. So here's how it looks like. And now, as you can see, so we got like that, guys. So this is our Telegram conversations, but I can say it directly here. And for the moment, you can see that like I just linked Telegram. I can also link my Snapchats and make the sales here. So I can add as much accounts that I want and have them right here. So you can see that like that guy has purchased the PP5. So he purchased like at $19. And what you need to understand is like, if he's not currently right now, that's okay, because this is a long-term game. It's kind of like we want them to feel the girlfriend experience, that we are building a real relation. It's not like, okay, just send me a DM. Okay, you just send me a DM. Okay, buy this. No, it's a long-term game. We want those guys to be loyal because they have some money. And why do I prefer to make the chatting also here compared to like Telegram? So what I can do for him, okay, for example, you need to take notes of like every fan, you know, the more personalized your chatting is, the better experience they will have and the better they will come back and pay and spend even more and more with the time. His name, you can write his real name here. Let's say it's David. For example, you want to remember his age, which is super important. So for example, I know like that guy is 42. So that way you know if he has money or not. Location, you need to ask this. Why? Because it will help you to know if that guy has some money or not. If he's, for example, from like India or like Africa or like a low country economically, there's not a high chance that like he will buy a lot. So you will just waste your time. Occupation, same thing. So you can also know if he's a new fan or not. So that way, you know if he's a regular spender or if he's pretty new. So you guys don't have a big connection. So now you can put some tag. Yeah, so you can just add like some tags so that way you don't forget. And that's super important that it has this, because what I will do is like when I will hire someone to chat and make the sales for me, so I can actually sleep and have a life. Even if he never spoke to Oliver Williams, he will know all the needed information to make the sales. For example, here I can say like, so he likes feet, or I can even say like romantic. And usually those guys, you need to have a longer emotional connection. So you need to talk more to get to know each other. And then you can make crazy sales. I see a lot of guys, they lose so much money, even AI influencers, and they send me a DM, they'll be like, hey bro, I'm stuck at 3K per month with my AI influencer. I created her like since 1 year ago. I need to attract more clients. I'm like, bro, why do you like attract new clients? You don't need to attract new clients. You need to sell more to your current clients that you accumulated from like 1 year ago. But he didn't create the connection because he didn't know how to chat properly and create a real bond with their customers. So they are loyal and they come back every time. And what's cool is like once I created a lot of tags, I can like, okay, I just started my chatting session. My priority is to first speak to the big spender. I need to be fast with them because those are the people who are worth it. I don't want to talk first to broke people and then to big spender. That doesn't make a sense. Be where the money is. Okay, so I can, for example, like click here and then I would see big spender only. And for example, for the stage, I haven't used that. Okay, but you can even use it with AI and that's crazy even when like you want to have some chatters. So what you want to do is like, for example, I can take Jack and say, okay, that guy is like at the qualification phase. So qualification is like, I get to know him, okay, to know if he has money or not. Then you want to create the girlfriend experience daily life. Okay, so just talk with him once you get some informations. So his age, where he's from. Oh, okay, that's so cool. You want to know then his income, but you don't ask for his income. You say, oh, okay, what do you do in life? And then you note all the qualifications, informations. Those are like preparations. Preparations, so the guy will be in a mental mood to buy higher because he will think less with his brain, and their testosterone who drive them crazy. And then once they're crazy, you ask for some money and from higher price. And that's how you can make 1,000 sales on only one video. And then you can give some attention. You want basically to talk to the guy, but complimenting him. For example, if he's a guy who spent like $90, I want to get back, for example, to David. And I can say in the next days, oh, hey, how are you? My test was great. Thanks to you, I didn't have to work this weekend as my side job, because you just sent me like $90. Thank you so much, David. You give him some attentions. So if it's useful and he likes it, now you want to do some push and pull. So if you don't do some push and pull, it's a real technique to basically you talk and you flirt with the guy, or in the real life you flirt with a girl. You guys are talking, oh, okay, that's cool. So what do you do for life? Oh, okay, you create influencers. And then you say one sentence that's a bit sexualized. You'll be like, oh, damn, and can I be a reference for your influencer? Maybe if I show you my body, if that can help you, you just say something a bit sexualized like this. And then you go back to something normal, And what he's doing is like over time is building some sexual tension from the guy's side. So once you build that tension and you feel like, okay, that guy is warming, there's an opportunity to make crazy money. He's in that state. Once you see that opportunity, you send first a free photo. So the guy become even crazier. And then you just chat normally, like it's completely normal. And then you tease even more. Or okay, now I'm starting to touch my body. Or damn, my skin is so soft. I hope that like you can feel that too. Do you want to feel that? If some of you guys are struggling with sexualizations because that's something you never did, that's okay. And I have like a private group, no uncensored, okay, where I explain everything of that part and the exact sentences that I'm using and that you can copy paste. So feel free. And then the next time you send some medias, you send them paid with like the payment link. So that's actually very easy to do. I can just click this. Okay, send some existing links that I have, or I can send some paid media. So I just click here. I cannot show it here because this is like YouTube. If you are alone, listen, and especially if you have a side job, okay, or you're a student, okay, and you don't have that much time to chat or just to figure out who has money or not, that's something crazy. There's an AI chatter, okay? So you can literally activate like this. And what it will do is like, this AI chatter understands exactly all the steps I just described you, okay? All the stages, which is crazy. So what he will do is like every time you will have like a new DM or new conversations, it will automatically do this and send some DMs. He's trained for it. And then you'll be able to see every time on each person, okay? On each phase it is, which is great. So this is, I really, really recommend for beginners, especially when they have like a lot of DMs, to use this, because when you begin, you have 200 credits. So that's enough to make those first sales. I will make a tutorial on this on my channel a bit more, and I will also like show you the results, all of those AI. So if you want, feel free to subscribe, and that's also helping me. I just appreciate so much when you guys like tell me like the results you got, the money you made, in the comments, you know. So for the moment, it's pretty cool. Okay, we are near like $3,000, but we're still like very far away from the 2,000. So I hope that like the content we already posted, but I think it works well. Literally, if there's one which go viral, this would be crazy. Like we are literally making triple, quadruple, and even times 5. But the thing is, like when you post some content, the more you post and the better they are, and the more with the times they get views and you get traffic. So when you make a good content, it's for the long-term game. So I'm excited to like show you guys the next result. So I'm making another update during the challenge. So actually we are 12 hours just after. I haven't for the moment like chatted because I only make my chatting session at night, because otherwise it's very hard to make sales since like people are like at work or in a public space. But this is very, very cool. So just let me click. We got much more conversations. And I was able, because of like my AI chatter, basically to gain a lot of times and to receive much more DMs. So during the day, I only focus on growing my AI influencer, generating more content, optimizing the sales script that I'm selling, and also making more content looking at what's trending on social media to make sure we go viral. I have much more people coming into my Telegram. And during my night sessions, at night, I only take the time to be with the fans. Okay, so I chat with them, I take some notes, like you can check right there. And I'm trying to be as much as active as possible. But for sure, like that AI is really helping me, because now I don't have crazy amount of like fans who spend money. Sometimes I even come during the push and pull, right? But what I'm doing, and happens to me when it's like super late, for example at night for like the first sales, is like once a guy has like good potential or he's already warmed up, okay, by like the AI. But we got the people with mid potential, low potential, but sometimes with low potential, look, you can still make some amounts of money. So I can even like change this if I see that like, okay, that guy is becoming more and more receptive. Maybe he just needed to be more active, or maybe he was just super busy. That's why he wasn't reactive. I can switch him to like high potential. So we only made like a couple $100 but I have something very important to tell you and to announce you, especially if seeing this challenge, or even seeing me like starting from zero and just making all of this, that inspires you. First, you can subscribe, because I will share a lot, and literally all of my AI journey on this YouTube channel. I even know that a lot of beginners, they're trying to launch a very simple, accessible business or way to make money. So I just want to tell you that like for sure, this is not the most fanciest one. This is not the business that you want to introduce to like your family, or you can be super proud of. But this is the business that will give you financial freedom in 2026 for sure. This is the way to go. No competition, no people making it. And look, I just documented everything, and some people literally sending me some money that I keep 100% of like the profit, right? Promoting your influencer is very easy once you understand social medias, right? Which is free and is super powerful, right? Everyone can do it, even super young people. And then making the sales with that AI chatter who's here to guide you. And if you follow all of my strategies and all my knowledge, because for sure, I want to be honest, that took me years and years of experience to know what to exactly do if I launch a new influencer to make the most of money. So for sure, I am in my learning journey also, because AI is evolving and progressing so much. I'm excited to see that industry becoming bigger and bigger, and I'm also always making calls with other AI influencer creators to basically exchange some techniques or try new AI, try new strategies, always optimizing, okay, automating everything so we all make much more money. And also, if you really want to network with me, to make live calls with me, to launch your AI influencer yourself, to make the same thing, you know what? We can do it together. And if you also want to access to all of my private network of like over AI influencers, you can do it. We created a private group with all the biggest AI influencers, right? I'm not telling you that the goal is for sure to reach 20K, become millionaire, whatever, I don't know what, but I just want to tell you that like If you can make 2K, and that's my goal, but I'm experienced, right? If I can make 2K in 1 week, I will feel confident aiming 10K per month with that business that I already did, right? I'm just launching a new one. And now I just want to tell you something, understanding how money just works, because it's cool to know like the skills, the strategies, stuff like this. But if you don't understand how is money working, you will not be able to make money or to keep some. Just watching this YouTube video, even if I share like all my secret tools, uncensored methods that I cannot show on YouTube, you know, because that's for adult content, but I do explain it in the description. There are 2 types of people watching this right now. Right now, you are just a watcher. Just watches someone else win, okay? And I know this because even myself, I watch so much content on YouTube of other people making money. And even when I wanted to launch my first business, I was a watcher. If you just watch this video, if you feel like you made some progress, that's actually wrong. Because in the truth, in your current reality, your current situation, nothing happened. You just watch a video, just watch something. And a lot of people, they feel like their life are progressing or their business are progressing while being a watcher. But actually, that's exactly why you're staying stuck and you don't have some progress. Why? Because you keep consuming content only. And what happens is you're actually staying the same. Your wallet is staying the same, your business is staying the same, your influencer is staying the same. And there's also the other type, which is the action taker. You know, an action taker decides to act fast. When he has an idea, he do it. When he can make some money, he takes the opportunity and he just makes it. So for myself, I was asking myself that questions like, hey, I use AI to my old AI influencer too, but what if I had to start a new business completely from scratch with AI? Will I be able to make money? Do I really know the good process? Or should I doubt myself? Or the results that everyone are having really are just luck? Or really, there are some proven results and science behind it? I was wondering and asking myself this. I didn't wait, right? It took me 1 week of my life, that's like nothing, to make money, and I just decided to act. I wasn't like about asking other people, hey, do you think you can launch something, launch a new AI business and make money? I'll give you the strategy, or just looking for some YouTube videos to get the answer. No, I just decided to act. I didn't want to watch other people win to get my answer, because this is not helping me. I did that challenge because I wanted to create that new AI influencer from scratch with this proven system to see the pros, the advantages, and what can still be optimized, because I'm still always learning. Even if I made some money, okay, that's cool. There's always to learn and optimize, because that's what I love about AI. It's always evolving. And that's super great because I love to learn. And that's why I always progressing. And that's what matters. If you really want to make that online income and to change your life forever, to be able to work only from your phone, is you need to grow outside of your comfort zone. All changes, all progress, all of this only happen if you're outside of your comfort zone. It's just a science, okay? It's just like a universal law. If you stay always in the same zone, growth only happens outside of the comfort zone. That's even when you're a kid, even when you're a teenager, and even when you're an adult, right? Everyone starts growing as a kid who cannot like walk or stand up, and then your parents teach you that. And then when you know how to stand up, you need to learn how to walk. And then when you know how to walk and you fail, you need to know how to stand up again. That's what your parent teaches you, step by step. And then once you know how to walk, they teach you how to run. Why is that? Because if they don't teach you new stuff, or if they don't put you outside of your comfort zone when you're a kid or a baby, you will never grow. And the problem is, like most people who want to make money, they got into the education system, and then once they learn that they need to go into business or entrepreneurship, they are scared of being outside of the comfort zone. But this is just a universal law. This is scary, this is complicated. You put a step into something that you don't know, which is unknown, but that's normal. Exactly like I did. The only difference between what you saw with me and maybe your current situation, if you never made money, okay, and you're a beginner, is only that you're scared and very stressed. That's all, because everyone makes mistakes. Even the wealthiest guys, even myself, I still make a lot of mistakes. I admit it, I have no shame. And that's part of my journey and everyone's journey. If you want to create some income, stop thinking about the whole process. Stop thinking that, okay, there's a business, there's a method that I just need to copy paste, and then I will make some money. The key to success and making money is just being an action taker. Always applying what works, always being well surrounded, and always have updated method. If you're currently in that progress and in that journey, the consequences will be that you will be building your online income at the same time without even noticing it. Don't stay in your comfort zone, okay? You feel safe, but also that creates stagnation. Once you change your mindset to be an action taker, you put always yourself some challenge and you always put some actions, you will be in your growth zone. You will have some progress, and that's how you can create brutal change in your life. And yes, you can change your entire life in only 30 days. Once this becomes your comfort zone, you feel safe in your growth zone. And that's what's crazy and that's insane. It's just that you need to go through this step. And for the moment, this step is scary for yourself and you don't want to listen to all of our gurus. Your first online business and online income, it's not stable, okay? 3 years ago when I started my first online business, which was like OFM, and that's why now I do AI OFM, right? And that's why I have all of this experience. My position was not stable. For 6 months, I left my job and I wasn't earning money. I was maybe earning like $200 per month because I was super bad at business, taking decisions, strategies. I was super scared. I felt super stressed and always asking questions to my mentors. It was really ridiculous, but that's just how it went, you know. I made some studies in art, not in business, but I wanted to change my life. So the goal is not just to randomly quit everything and make few hundred of bucks. No, the money is how can I be in an entrepreneurship journey and have my own business with a stable positions, right? We don't want to stress every time. So there are only 2 stable positions in the economy. You can be an employee. An employee is in a stable positions. He has stability. He doesn't have control of his income. He has limited growth of his income. And the reason why he has a stable position is because he's part of a system. He's part of something bigger. And then there's the entrepreneur. The entrepreneur is not part of the system anymore. He creates that big system. Okay, so he has freedom, he has ownership, and he has wealth potential. But there are 2 types of entrepreneurs. Not all entrepreneurs create a system. A lot of entrepreneurs and then they burn out and they cannot have an online income that's sustainable is only because they are their own self-employee. They are kind of like an employee who doesn't have control, who's limited in growth, who's not stable, but he's his own boss. He doesn't create a system or he doesn't part of system. He's just a lonely employee. Listen, the rule to remember is no profitable system survives on one person alone. That employee has stability. Why? Because he's part of a big system with a lot of people and a lot of economy who's going on. The entrepreneur who actually sustains to have an online growth for the long term and that doesn't crash after like 1 week or few days is because he created a real system or he's also part of an existing economic system. But if that entrepreneur is completely alone, he will not make money. He will not have a stable positions. So being an entrepreneur that creates a system with freedom, ownership, and wealth, it drives with networks, with structure in his business, and with people. The reason I was able to launch this new AI influencer, I haven't done it alone, okay? Right now you're only seeing me, but the truth is like before making this challenge, I am in that AI influencer environment with other AI influencers, with other people who launched new AI influencer at the same time, and we were exchanging together. We were exchanging the tools, the new AI, the new systems to apply. And also, I don't take my decision alone, right? I ask for advices from people around me. And I did all of this because I am in the community AI Vault environment. So AI Vault is basically the biggest AI OFM AI influencer community where all the biggest AI influencers are all exchanging their tools, the updates, the wins, and the motivation so we can all be part of a big system and be the ownership of our own business. And listen, if AI Vault is the best updated system so everyone can launch their AI influencer with proven methods, have results guaranteed, and sustain for the years and the years and the years, and will never crash, unlike what other gurus are promising online, it's because we have everyone. There are some beginners who are discovering new tools, who are having unexpected results that gives us informations. There are some people who are making more than 1K per month. And now imagine being in an environment that's completely outside of your comfort zone. It's only people like this, beginners, people making more than 1K per month, people who just started, people who are scaling very, very fast at the point that you're literally jealous of them. And all the updates, all the motivations, and all the wins, and all the tools, they all come to cross the same point, which is your situation. And you're just absorbing and taking all of this just for yourself in your own financial situation. This is the best for AI influencers and the best if you want to launch in 2026, the simplest, the fastest, and the only business where you don't need to invest a lot of money to make some profit. Because we don't care about the dashboards, we don't care about, okay, so how much revenue do you make? No, we only care about making profit so you can actually have a better life if you have some issues with your family, if you're tired, and if you have health problem because you just work too much, or if you dream of living to another place and having your family being able to rely on you because you're making the right decisions and you took your financial education seriously with the right AI business. Now, the key if you want to go to your dream goal, to your dream situation is you are currently here, you are just starting, you're a beginner, maybe you're only a watcher, right? And you want to get to that point B. So that representation of yourself who's succeeded, okay? Who succeeded in front of yourself, in front of others, in front of your friends, in front of your family. You are that person. Now, if you want to cross from that point A, where you're currently at, and go to that point B, if there's a solid bridge right now, let's just imagine you're like in a village, right? And there's a solid bridge. And that bridge is solid. Every day, everyone is using it to go from point A to point B. And that solid bridge is just proven, right? Everyone is stepping on it, is solid, it never breaks, it never cracks. And you just see that like all the people who are currently at the point B, they use that solid bridge, right? Would you take the risk to go from that point A to point B to build your own bridge? Your own bridge where like no one actually step on it, where like you never build a bridge yourself, so you don't know if it will break or not. And maybe you will take some time to build it, maybe it will be great, and then you step on it, and then you just fall because your bridge breaks. Of course not, you don't want to have that type of incident, right? You just do like everyone else and use the solid bridge that everyone is using to get to the point B, and that all the people in the current point B that you are dreaming of actually used. And that's exactly what AI Vault is about. Now that you're a watcher and you know that the action takers and all the people with the best environment who use the solid bridge that the successful AI influencer use to become financially free are the key, why not you? Why not putting yourself into the challenge so you can also put yourself out of your comfort zone? Now that you know it's scary, it's stressing, and now it's normal, but you also know that this is a good news because if you feel that it's stressing you out, it looks complicated, guess what? This is the right path to go. And now that you know that all the people who want to progress, even myself, to continue learning and making even more money, the key is to always put ourselves some challenges. So that way, even if you're already in your dream apartment like I am, putting myself always some challenges, it's very simple to do and it's putting myself out of my comfort zone. So why not you? So what I'm offering you right now is to join the challenge with us. All the environment AI Vault, all the biggest AI influencers and all the beginners, we all do this challenge that I put myself into. So the goal is to compete, but we are not against each other. We are all together in the same team. Competing against what? Competing against making that first thousands online income even if you never touched AI or if you never generated a pennies online. And listen, because challenges is always good. And the worst that you can have is you don't reach the expected result, but worst case, you generated few hundreds of bucks and you really prove to yourself who you are and what you can achieve. And you gain a lot of experience that you will never be able to reach if you're in your comfort zone. We made that challenge accessible for everyone. For sure, to do that, you need to be an action taker right now and you need to join it before the challenges end. So it was very important for me to share this online because this is my experience that I learned, and it took me a lot of time to learn this, because when you don't have someone who just tell you it and you need to learn it yourself, it's painful. And I know that putting this video online will help a lot of people to connect all together. And even myself, I want to connect and to have in my private network different and more people, because there's always something to learn from each other. But only if we don't compete against each other and we just work in the same team against that challenge to prove that everyone in 2026 can make money online with AI if we are all together. So if you want to participate into that challenge and to even win some exclusive prizes that can be very fun to do, you can go in the link in the description. By the way, in our private network, I will be sharing all the answered content and all the answered conversations, chattings, everything with my influencer, and all the progress live every day. Everything I'm saying to my customers, exactly what type of content I'm generating, I will share it every day to everyone. And that's what everyone is also sharing with me. So if you're really determined to change your life and to make brutal changes and to put yourself on the challenge, you can go in the link in the description. And if you're just a watcher and you just watch this video to entertain yourself, you can also leave a like and leave a comment. I reply personally to everyone. And if you have any questions, if you want to network with me, I'll put my private Instagram in the descriptions. So wherever you watch us, I see you into the competition and into the challenge.